Welcome to Savage Kitchen. Today we are going to be making champagne cocktails that are not mimosas. Some of these are cocktails I have had before, some of them I have not had before. We're going to try them out and taste them. So first up, we are going to start with a classic champagne cocktail. For our purposes today, I'm going to use this cava. I particularly like this bottle. It's inexpensive, it's tasty, it's nice and dry, and it's not open. You know what I want to do is saber a bottle of champagne, because that's what I need. I'm always nervous when I open a bottle of champagne. It's my favorite sound in the world, but I'm also a giant klutz. I see you rolling your eyes. So for our classic champagne cocktail, we are going to need some aromatic bitters, some champagne, and a sugar cube. You can really play with the flavor of this cocktail by changing your bitters up. So I am using these bitters that Peter Patrician sent me. Thank you so much. This is actually my first time using them. I'm pretty excited. They're an aromatic bitter and they smell woodsy and delicious and amazing. So we are gonna take our sugar cube and I'm gonna do 2, maybe 3, 4 dashes of bitters. And the sugar, if you've ever played with your champagne, I have, the sugar actually makes those bubbles keep going and last even longer in the glass. It also changes the flavor of the champagne and sweeten things up, but there's a visual thing happening too. And in this case, that sugar cube is gonna help disperse these bitters throughout the cocktail. Is there a trick to pouring? Yeah.
Horizontal.
Ooh. That was good though. There we go. Oof. How fizzy and pretty. And so in this case, you're seeing little petals float up because the particular sugar cubes I'm using by T-Pressa have rose petals pressed into them because it seems bougie and fun. It was real pretty. I like it. Classic champagne cocktail. We got 5 of these. I'm just gonna put that aside and move on to the next one. Our second cocktail is a Death in the Afternoon made famous by Ernest Hemingway. Now, this cocktail includes absinthe, which I in particular am a really big fan of. I love the anise flavors in absinthe, and I've never had it in this cocktail though, so I'm really interested to see how the absinthe plays with the champagne. So we are going to do 1 ounce of absinthe and then top the glass off with champagne. And the trick here is to make sure that there is enough champagne to react with the absinthe so that we have a cloudy look to our drink when we're done. Absinthe. I wonder if there's a flaming champagne cocktail.
Bubbles, fire, explosion.
Yeah, that sounds great. And now we're gonna top this with champagne. That's probably about. Is that cloudy? You think so? I mean, it's pretty. I don't know if that's cloudy enough, but that's a lot of champagne.
It's fucking cloudy.
Settle.
Cloudy.
All right, you're right. It's cloudy. All right, Death in the Afternoon. Let's give it a try. I don't know how I feel about that. So it smells like a Good and Plenty, but tastes not like, I love Good and Plenties. Taste this. Tell me what you think. Yeah. Ernest Hemingway was a very damaged individual. Ooh. I know. God, where's my... Radicchio. It does taste like radicchio. Oh my God, brilliant. Do you need like a lemonade or something? Maybe it needs Prosecco or something sweeter because this is a pretty dry champagne. Ooh, I know how I feel about that. No, actually, I do know how I feel about that. It's not good. Ugh. Okay. Champagne cocktail number 3 is a French 75. This is a classic cocktail. You've probably seen this a lot of different ways. Some people make it with gin. Some people make it with cognac. I've had it both ways. I find both ways to be pretty delicious. For today, I wanted to try making it with Empress Gin purely for the color. 1 ounce of Empress Gin. We're going to take a 1/2 ounce of simple syrup. I have this one spiced with a little bit of citrus. Just didn't feel like making more. And then we're going to take another 1/2 ounce of freshly squeezed lemon juice. Now, some people serve a French 75 over ice, sort of like a highball. We're just going to do ours up in a champagne flute. The lemon juice really changed the color of the Empress. Settle down. God damn it. There's no fucking blue. It's a perfectly good waste of blue gin. 2 for 2. This is 3 for 3. Stay. All right. So much for blue. Put that right on the edge. I mean, it smells good, but it certainly isn't blue. French 75. Oh, it really does. I mean, it smells like lemons. Oh, lemon up the nose. Ooh, that is delicious. Hold on. It's definitely going on both nostrils. All right, fuck the garnish. All right, taste that. That's genuinely fantastic.
Does not taste like death.
No, it is not death in the afternoon. We should call that the resurrection. Cocktail number 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, champagne cocktail number 4 is an airmail. Now, an airmail is very similar to a French 75, but instead of a gin or a cognac base, we're playing with rum. And this sort of gets into some tiki flavors. We're gonna garnish it with some grated nutmeg. We're using a honey syrup and some lime juice. Also for this one, we are gonna serve it as a highball over ice. So same process as last time. We're gonna start with 1 ounce of a golden rum. I'm using this Mount Gay Barbados rum. And then a 1/2 ounce of lime juice. And then a 1/2 ounce of a honey syrup. And honey syrup is just 2 or 3 parts, depending on your taste, honey, and 1 part hot water, and then let it chill. If you try to use straight honey, it's gonna be a little thick and hard to mix into your drink. So having honey syrup on hand is very helpful. And by the way, this is delicious in coffee. My pop turned me on to that. It's real good. I feel like this one's gonna get a lot more champagne in it. Sideways.
Tippy tip the glass.
There we go. Smells nice. We're gonna go in on a straw on this one. All right, airmail. Let's give this a taste. It tastes like mustard. Taste that.
Nope.
Yeah. I'm wondering just if a different rum. Let's try that with spiced rum. We're gonna do the same thing over again with spiced rum because I don't like it. Better. I like that better. It still doesn't compare to the French 75, in my opinion. And I do think it's the lime juice. Lime juice and champagne? No. I think that's the problem. I think if we were to do this one more time with lemon juice, I'd like it, but I don't like it enough to fuck with it quite that much. So let's move on, shall we? Okay, to continue on with our experiment, We are now going to try a bourbon and champagne cocktail. I'm a little nervous because to me, the airmail and the rum, kind of a fail, but I think that had to do with the lime juice. So we're gonna skip citrus in this completely. We're gonna go bourbon. I'm gonna reinforce some of those vanilla and citrus notes with a little bit of liqueur 43. And instead of adding bitters, I'm gonna add just a dash of vanilla. Ratios? Let's do an ounce of bourbon. Sounds like a good start. And I'm using my Noble Oak, which I love. If this works, maybe we'll call it like a Noble Spritz or something. And if not, we're just gonna forget this ever happened. Then we're gonna try a half ounce of liqueur 43. And then we're just gonna do like a dash of vanilla, like the smallest little hint. Shake this up, dilute it. Okay, I can't tip this glass. So we're just gonna be very, very patient. Not my strong suit. It's good, it's fine. I could use a little more. There we go. Bourbon and champagne. Let's see. Ooh, kind of tastes like cream soda. I'm not mad at it. I feel like it could use a little more liqueur 43. Give it a try. Not as good. The French 75 wins.
Vanilla's good at the end.
Right?
I like it. At the end.
At the end. I think it could use more liqueur 43. You know, it'd be great in that. Because now it's just Frankenstein. We started this video with like the best of intentions, right? I'm going to show you, 5 different alternatives to a mimosa for champagne cocktails. I feel like we only have one solid one, a potential runner-up that has only gotten there by way of being like, let's try to adjust it this way. Oh, but that worked. Yeah. So, Savage Kitchen Spice Syrup is the way to go.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Too bad you don't have ratios.
Well, shit. All right, so should we try the one that's supposed to be terrible since we've already tried terrible? All right. We weren't going to do this, but I have been encouraged by said bestie to try the Black Velvet. So the Black Velvet is a combination of Guinness and champagne. When I read about this, I thought, okay, it sounds a little bit like a black and tan, or in Ireland, they call this a half and half. I don't mind the black and tan, personally, and I like Guinness. I like stout beers. I don't like beers otherwise, but I'm not quite sure how this is gonna mix with champagne, so we're just gonna try it. The ratio on this is half and half, and I saw a video that my dear friend, Steve the bartender, did, where he tried this cocktail and absolutely hated it, which was pretty hilarious. I'm actually gonna link to that up here. But I noticed when he made the cocktail, his ratio of Guinness to champagne was definitely a lot of Guinness and a very little bit of champagne. So we're gonna try to get as close to half and half as possible. And you want me to try and layer this bad boy? I don't know if that's going to work because the sugar content, I'll try it. Okay.
The interweb says it works.
Oh, the interweb says it so? Did Abe Lincoln write that? You really think I'm coordinated enough to do this? I appreciate your faith in me, friend.
Pour slow.
Also, the whole point of pouring slow, we're going this way.
No.
I know, I always see that and I think it's wrong because the whole point is that you slow it down and you have far more control if you go this way.
Okay, all right.
Let's just try it.
God.
I know.
Does not play well with others.
This just looks like a lot of bubbles.
Hey.
Pretty sure we just wasted perfectly good Guinness and perfectly good champagne. But
The first bottle.
science. All right. Should we stir this? It's going to taste...
Didn't get that far in the interwebs.
okay. I don't hate it as much as some of the other things I have tried.
Maybe you should rank them.
Ooh. It does things. Try it. We've learned a lot here today. All right, we're gonna rank this nonsense. I think the result here is just have a fucking mimosa. Okay, so the classic champagne cocktail, delicious. You cannot go wrong with this. Take a sugar cube, take some bitters, take some champagne, and have a friggin' ball. We're gonna rank this, I think we're gonna rank this number 2. Number 1, French 75, undoubtedly. Absolutely delicious. I also happen to use my spiced syrup in this, but regular simple syrup will do fine. But I gotta say, I think the spiced syrup did something there. Number 3, I'm going with my little bourbon concoction. That was pretty good. I'm not saying it's great though. This only gets number 3 because the other 2 were horrendous. Oh, we're not even counting this. Are we counting this?
It's a champagne cocktail.
Oh, let's go with the airmail is coming in behind the bourbon. Death in the Afternoon is definitely the worst. All right, so then we're coming in with the black velvet. And then finally, Death in the Afternoon. Oh. I would love to hear from other people who may enjoy this drink. Maybe you make it a different way. Maybe there's a trick. I don't know. What I did was just felt abusive. Radicchio does take, and I love Radicchio, but I expect Radicchio. That's the thing. I know what I'm getting into with Radicchio. Going into that blind, bad idea. Final ranking, French 75, followed by the classic champagne cocktail, followed by this whiskey spritz. We're gonna call this a noble spritz. Then the airmail, you really gotta be a rum lover, I think, to enjoy this drink. The black velvet, more of a dare than a cocktail, I would say. And then Death in the Afternoon, which is simply Ernest Hemingway fucking with us. So I hope these inspire you to experiment with champagne or send you running back to mimosas. There's no shame in that, truly. So I hope you have a wonderful new year and we'll see you in 2023. Cheers, friends. That was painful.
Those were
Those are real bad.